welcome back to Cooking with Kids. I'm cooking by myself, so I don't have one of my lovely little assistants to hold the sign. But right now, I'm making everything but the kitchen sink pasta salad. This pasta salad is so full of protein, lots of veggies for the kiddos. Moms and dads alike are sure to love this recipe. So what I've done is I've actually managed to boil in a giant saucepan 1 pound of vegetable pasta. Now, if you don't want to use a vegetable pasta, that's perfectly fine. You can do, and if you're trying to increase your protein, you can actually do black bean pasta, or any bean pasta actually. That's if you're trying to increase your protein. So I actually have, let's see if I can show you. So in here, that's my veggie pasta. So it's come to a boil. I salted the water. When you salt the water, what it does is it basically allows, I need to just lose my balance there. What it does is it flavors the pasta, obviously, as well as it allows the water to get a little bit, brings it to a boil a little bit quicker. It also comes to a boil a little bit quicker if you cover the pot. All right, so we're gonna drain the pasta. Let me just get my strainer out. There, okay. Okay, so we're gonna strain off our vegetable pasta. Now remember, this is perfect for the Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend, or just a weekend. I'm gonna run this through some cold water. I wanna shock the pasta because I want it to know that it is done cooking, okay? If you do not shock it with cold water, it's going to continue to cook. So we're just gonna shock it. Now I'm already probably shocking it by my beautiful hairstyle right now, actually. All right. I'm going to allow that. You want to make sure when you get your pasta into the strainer, don't mind my kitchen sink, when you get your pasta into the strainer that you should be able to toss the pasta around, all right, evenly distributing the cold water. All right, and allow that to just really drain. You don't want to get a whole lot of water in your pasta salad. All right. So, kind of started ahead, as always. Woo! I'll bring you all over here to my other side of my counter here. So what I have, now to do the pasta salad, obviously I've got my 1 pound of pasta. Depending on how many people you have coming or how many people you're serving, you can obviously do more pasta. If you don't have that many, you just do half a pound. All right, I grated up one zucchini grated. I shouldn't have done it that way. 1 zucchini, I grated it. All right, I've also added 1 can, rinsed and drained because I hate it, but 1 can of black beans. And the reason why you rinse and drain it, you want to make sure you rinse it thoroughly, is because you don't want to get that bean snot on there. I call it bean snot. I know there's a name for it, but I'm calling it bean snot, okay? Chickpeas also work beautifully in this recipe. I did not have chickpeas, so I'm using black beans, which means I got to make sure I have a can of room spray when my husband has this, and my kids. So you want to keep that on standby too. So I've added 1 can rinsed and drained of black beans. I've also added the 1 zucchini. I also added 1 can of black olives that I actually ran through my food processor that I pulsed 10 times. You can just do it a few times if you want a rough chop on it too. I also added a little bit of a red onion, nicely minced, some carrots. I did 3 carrots minced. Basically, I ran it through the food processor, so it's very finely chopped. About 5 cloves of garlic. Why? Because, well, I just really don't want anybody to talk to me later on. So I've also added okay, I have no idea what's going on outside. I've also added 1 lemon zest, so the zest of 1 lemon. I've also added, I found at the grocery store some beautiful small heirloom tomatoes. I'm going to show you what these look like. These are beautiful. These are really good on flatbread pizzas too, or even in a salad. I know I have another one. Look at these. Green. These are medley tomatoes. They have, I don't know if you could see, there's lots of different colors in there. These ones are really good. I just rinse and cut them in half. All right. I've also added some manzella olives, which is basically just the Spanish olives that are sliced with the pimento in them. All right. So I'm going to just basically use my favorite dressing. My husband is allergic to eggs, as everybody knows. So I use a nice, robust Italian dressing. So I'm going to scoop some of my vegetable mixture. Make sure I get you all on so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing here. There we go. So this is the whole medley I was talking about. All right. You can also add some edamames. My oldest daughter loves edamames. All right. I'm going to use about half of this into this recipe today. Maybe a little bit more than half. All right. No, that looks about right. And I'm going to reserve the rest of this for another recipe. So I'm going to add, this also has the lemon zest. You don't need to add lemon juice if you don't want to. You can if you'd like to. So that's maybe about a cup of your favorite dressing. I'm using the robust Italian. The robust Italian, I love it because it actually has a lot of seasonings in it that I don't need to add to my salad. I'm going to add my 1 pound of pasta to this, and I'm going to very gently mix this all around. Okay. Some nice fresh herbs would be perfect in this. If you have basil, you can get your hands on some basil. You want to ribbon that up, put that in this pasta salad. All right. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit extra salt and pepper, just a little bit. I don't want to add too much because I don't really want to take away from the flavor of this. All right, but this is a very colorful pasta salad. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's add a little bit of salt. Oh, it would help if I actually had salt in there. That was funny. Okay, couldn't do that again even if I wanted to. All right, let's just do, well, there it is. Sorry for the boob shot, everybody. Sorry for the boob shot. All right, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Just sprinkle a little bit of salt. All right, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. A little bit of that in there. Now you want to make sure once you've had the cracked black pepper, you need to mix, because there's nothing like biting into a piece of pasta salad and you get a mouthful of fresh cracked black pepper. Whew! That'll just light your insides on fire. All right. So if you're not very happy with the amount of pasta salad filling that you've got in there, just go ahead and add. I'm going to add some more because I like this stuff. This is actually really good. That's great. I'm going to add the whole lot of it. Love this stuff. Add the rest of it in. There we go. You could add to this, the reason why I call it everything but the kitchen sink is because you could literally add any type of vegetable to this. Red and green bell peppers are perfect with this. You can add the you can add the black beans and the chickpeas to this. You can even add some tuna fish to this. Load it up with the protein. The edamames are perfect with this. It's pasta salad is pretty much foolproof, but I know there's probably some spoonot out there that's going to screw it up. So it's just easier just to make a quick pasta salad. Now, I'm gonna let this sit in the fridge. Overnight is preferred because it gives the flavors a chance to sort of marry and get to know each other. Like, hey, how are you? I'm great. I'm fabulous. You know? So, but if you're making this for the same day, just refrigerate it for a few hours. You'll be fine. All right. I'm going to cover that with some foil. Get the right one out. I think I have room in my fridge. I've got the turkey burger stuff going on in my fridge right now. So let's just bring it right over there. Hopefully I'm going to pray for the best. Ah! Well, I thought I might have had... Oh, I can make one. Actually, I can move my butters and my corn on the covers. Put you there. All right. Oh, that's perfect. All right. So again, 1 pound of pasta, whichever one. I prefer vegetable pasta. My kids have a particular brand that we use. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here, so I'm just not going to, but it's a vegetable pasta. You could use a red bean pasta. You could use a black bean pasta. You can cook it in vegetable stock. You can cook it in salted water, whichever you want to do, as long as when you are done that you rinse it off in cold water. All right. Now, to make the base to your pasta salad, you're going to want to do let's see, I did, for my pasta salad, for everything but the kitchen sink pasta salad, I did carrots, took the ends off, put them in the food processor, 5 cloves of garlic, depending on how much garlic you like. I'm a big garlic lover. I cannot get this. There we go. I'm going to grab a hat. There we go. That's a little bit better. Bad hair day? No more. You can even add some celery stalks to the food processor. You know, again, it's however you want to make your pasta salad. But you have to remember that each ingredient that you add to your pasta salad, it has to accommodate each other. It has to complement each other well. Like a marriage, you want to make sure you complement each other well. So, I also added 1 can of black beans, rinse and drain. Get that bean booger stuff off of there. You don't want it on there. You can even add 1 can of chickpeas to your pasta salad. Load it up with the protein. All right. You can even add 1 can or 2 cans, depending on how many you need, of the tuna fish. Obviously, drain it. Preferably the tuna in the oil, water, not the oil. I also added. Trying to think. Okay, I got the carrots, the garlic. Oh, I added 1 can rinsed and drained of black olives that I pulsed 10 times in the food processor. You can pulse it 5 times, you can pulse it 7. However many times you need to pulse it, just pulse it. The more you pulse it, the more fine it becomes. I also added rinsed, not really rinsed, but more drained Spanish olives that have been sliced with the pimento. You can even add diced red bell pepper. You can even add, actually, this is actually really good too, what is that? Roasted bell pepper, the red one. Ooh, slice that up, put that in there. You can even add green bell pepper to it. I added minced about half. I actually did half of a red onion minced. I'm not crazy about the red onion, but it does give a great sweet flavor to the pasta salad. I added, for the dressing, I added obviously the robust Italian dressing. You can use whatever kind of dressing you like. I also added the zest of 1 lemon. All right. For fresh herbs, I would recommend using a basil, even a mint. All right. Add some salt and pepper to taste. mix it. You can taste it, put it in the fridge. The longer you let it sit in your fridge, the better off it's going to taste. So things like this tend to taste better the next day. So thank you all for watching Cooking with Kidz. Stay tuned. I've got another great recipe for that corn on the cob. Oh yeah. God bless.